And we're going to pick back up with Marshall, who has gotten the pager message to basically get the hell out of there and just has exited the back of the building when you hear what essentially is a large caliber rifle round being discharged.
Is it like far away from me, or is it like, directly at me?
Not directly at you, but it's definitely within this vicinity. So you know there is active gunfire going on, probably on the other side of the building from you.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to lay low and crouch down, see if I can peer over that direction without them spotting me, I guess.
Go ahead and roll me a perception.
Let's see.
You're able to make out in the distance the...
Wait, what did you...
What's plus composure?
No, I mean, he rolled copy of Fire Sage.
Oh, oops, wrong person. Sorry,
Wait.
real quick.
Is there some kind of demon going on?
Player.
What template are you?
I mean, it's fine if the stats are the same, but it's just, that caught me off guard. Why is Jacqueline rolling?
My bad.
You're so darn excited.
Okay, but we do have the same stats. I just have one more wits and one less composure.
Okay, well, we'll accept it in this case. You're able to make out the shooter in the distance. It is the father of the family that you met when you guys first came in, which somewhat makes sense. He had stated his disapproval of this group quite thoroughly when you guys arrived.
That's one way to
Just
put
to
it.
be sure, I'm aware that a deal has been struck between them, right?
No, because pretty much the only thing they had given you was a pager of get the hell out of here.
I'm just gonna assume the worst and just slink out of the general vicinity of the building without him seeing me, and I'm just gonna see if I can text everyone to see if I can get any details.
Okay, as you're texting and sneaking, I do want a dexterity stealth. Let's see here. This is going to be an interesting... I really hope there's not a lot of confusion here, but...
Ooh.
Tie goes to the defender always, and technically here stealth is in the defense.
Yeah.
You think for a second as you kind of look back up as you're sneaking away. You know, of course, look up from your phone to check your bearings. And it almost looks like he's noticed you, but then the rifle slowly pans away. There was a bit of a moment there where you thought he was going to take a shot at you. What exactly does your message say as you type it out on the phone?
Hey, guys, I'm gonna need a little more details and just get out of the building.
Feel like at this point we're going to go ahead and switch back to the group. Seth, you are now covered in a bit of viscera.
Literally that point of struggling to breathe. Air is just catching in his throat.
It's also at this time that everybody's phone dings with Marshall's message.
Except for me, because I don't have a phone. I think the electromagnetism's bad for you.
Okay, so Edmond and Seth's phones ding because ours is still dead.
Both dead and unpaid for minutes.
Okay, Seth is not gonna know. I'm pretty sure. So
I don't know. I've done a resolve composure just taking a moment, step back, kind of fumble from the phone, like knows which pocket's in, but in that kind of moment of like temporary forgetfulness, has to like check every pocket before looking at it, and literally just shaking in his hands.
Also, everybody, including except for Marshall, everybody, perception check.
Alrighty.
Juan.
And I have trained observer, so I take 9 again.
That's actually a pretty good merit, honestly.
Yeah, that merit is way too good for how cheap it is. That's 2 successes.
So everybody has some successes here. That success allows you to hear that shoutings coming from the inside, a lot of confusion, and you begin to actually hear open gunfire inside the building.
Oh.
Is there anywhere in the shadows I can hunker down?
You're not in the building, you're still outside right now.
Oh, I know.
Okay. I mean, you can hunker down, like, to the side of the door. You're kind of like in a little entryway, so there's not a lot of shadows to hunker down in.
There is place, just kind of out of, kind of, if anyone comes out the front door, I don't want to be the first thing in the firing line.
Can we barricade the door?
That's what I was going to say. Is there anything we can use to bar the door? Because
there are numerous bits of scrap around. There's definitely stuff that you could make into some sort of makeshift barricade. However, most of it's relatively large and heavy, and you're going to have to be able to move said objects. So it's not necessarily going to be the easiest of things.
Are the handles to open it are like the loops we can shove something through?
Yeah. It is.
all right, where's the nearest pipe?
It's not something I'm going to even make you roll for.
Okay.
You're going to be able to
I'd like
find
to shove
something.
a pipe in the door.
Even if you have to rip off like a bumper of a car or something, you can find something.
While they're starting to panic over there, I think Sage is, I believe last we left off, was sitting up on the rooftop.
Yes.
Away from the stuff going on proper. And I think they're going to start trying to cast something to add a little bit of color to this. And so while they're safely secluded, they're going to start casting Control Weather to call in a big old thundery rainstorm to start providing a bit of cover and some material to work with.
All right. I have to... What is the range on Control Weather?
The sky.
It seems it's unclear. It's kind of unclear there. I don't know what an effect of a single target changing the weather would mean in this case. So that's kind of... I'm not sure about that, but it seems to be based... The primary factor is duration. So I'm guessing it affects it in the general area.
If it's mage, the range is probably visual unless it's touch.
Okay.
I think more the question, not range, but
Scale.
Scale. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like one cloud, like over a sad cartoon character, or is it?
Yeah.
Because
Weather is weird like that.
Because I do the snipers, of course, once again. Well, no, actually.
You said he was hunter and he's supernatural.
Yep, so...
Ish.
Yeah, supernatural-ish. Alright, so no, actually, should be fine. There should be no paradox this time, so go ahead and give me that roll.
Okay. I'm casting it at Potency 1 with advanced casting time and advanced duration, as well as with 2 reach for creating a drastic change in weather by creating a storm. So that comes out to 3 reach over my limit, so I'm spending 2 mana to bring that down to 1 paradox die. And that's with my full dice pool, since I'm not applying any penalties.
All right,
that's a
so one
normal roll.
paradox.
All right, let's see how this goes. 2 success, and
Hey, no, that doesn't count because I told it simple.
that's right.
Yeah, no.
I was gonna say, not again.
Okay. This time it goes
Okay.
through.
Sage raises their hands up to the sky, and they start to shift and wave a little bit, feeling the sort of flow of the universe, all the harmonics of existence, and all that sort of stuff, and calling upon this sort of raw, destructive force that permeates the whole world, the fire that conjugates, intersects with reality, and bring it to bear as a storm above this place. And within a few minutes, you will start to feel rain and hear the grumbling of the winds up above as it takes shape.
Definitely Marshall's gonna be caught out in the rain.
We're all outside.
You at least have the awning as shelter. I'm not quite sure if Marshall's going to have the awning because he's not making his way around the building. He's right now trying to avoid somebody that he thinks might be an active shooter trying to shoot him.
So, door is barricaded.
Yes.
I guess now's the time to check my message.
You do start to feel, if you are anywhere near the door, you do start hearing pounding on the door as obviously a group of people attempt to make their way out of that door.
Oh, do you see any more pipes?
Are there any, like those velvet rope posts?
Yes.
This place seems fancy. They might have those. Maybe we could use some of those. I just had a thought. If Marshall got out, there must be a back door, yes? We might need to block that one as well.
I will very quickly phone Marshall.
I'll
All
answer.
right, Seth, you go find Marshall. Get the back door blocked. Help me pile more things in front of the door.
Okay.
Do any of those cars have gas? Park the car in front. Whatever happened to our little airport?
Our airport cart? Did we leave it up front?
Baggage transport.
Yeah, your little baggage claim cart. Yes. You guys did not take it, so yeah, it would be parked like a block or two away.
Where's the valet?
Wait here, I'm gonna get the car.
I'm gonna take it. Who do I get my ticket to?
Seth, you called Marshall though. I'm assuming
Yes.
you pick up Marshall.
Yeah.
Yeah, just very, absolute little kind of. Where are you?
I should be asking the same thing here.
Around the front, we put it's a very heavy sedative from the hospital. It's inside. It's not flooding the building. They're trying to get out. Just where are you? We need to barricade the back.
So I just left the hospital through like a back door too, right? Or not the hospital.
Yeah, you left the club through a back door.
Well, I just left the club like you guys told me to.
But did anyone follow you? Did anyone else come outside through the back door?
Not that I can see. There was some guy standing outside with a gun, so I didn't exactly stick around.
Okay, I think he's with us, but it was the father of the family we met earlier as well. So, but at that kind of distance, I don't know what kind of safety there is. I know he has something of a vengeance towards these people, so
He might be friends with you, but I'm not so sure if he's friends with me quite yet, so I'm just gonna avoid that situation there.
I'm coming around. I'll find you.
All right. Also, at this time, what? The best way you can describe what you sense through the, essentially, it's called the Kiefer, is an explosion. A massive amount of raw Sekhem. Just all of a sudden, for lack of a better word, explodes.
Where?
Inside the building. So you feel, as the initial shockwave moves away, you're able to feel two sources of Sekhem. One of them is the familiar feeling of the relic. The second one, however, dwarfs that in magnitude. It would be like putting a light bulb up against the sun.
Oh, okay. So, as Awat is helping to barricade the front, he freezes in place for a moment, puts his hand on his head and heart. Oh, what is this? There's something else in there. What is that? There's a massive influx of Sekhem in there. I don't know where it came from. It makes the relic look tiny in comparison. I don't know where it came from.
All right, maybe it's a second relic we can use. Anyways, another pipe now. We don't have time to be concerned.
So
I think as they're finishing up their spell, I think Sage kind of scuttles over to the edge of the roof to look down at the front door and check on you guys.
you would see them piling everything they can, and you could probably hear the beating of people trying to get out of that door.
She's just looking.
Y'all having trouble down there?
The situation is under control. That could put something right there. I feel that the door moved a little bit.
What do you need still done?
Do you want to go get the car?
Golf
I'd
cart.
rather not.
Right. It's down the road. It's the one that looks like it shouldn't be here. Just pull around up front.
I don't know that I know how to drive a car.
It's okay. Everybody's got to learn first. Everyone learns in a parking lot. Now get it in here.
What is it to try to like vault down a roof safely? Would that be like dexterity athletics?
Yes.
To try to land well? Okay. Yeah. Sage sighs at getting the they want to do they're looking for the fun bits of this, but they sigh, bite down on their cigarette, and try to vault down as gracefully as they can. Oh my god, 2 successes, okay.
Also, this would be something I believe Sage would pick up on. At the same time as Awat feels this burst of Sekhem, you would probably feel you have Fate and what are your 3 arcana? Fate and
Fate, time, and forces.
you would definitely feel Fate and time twist and drip.
Well, that's never good. Yeah. I think also, I don't usually it doesn't seem like Proxima benefit from Mage Sight, worth noting.
Yes,
So,
that's why I'm not
I don't
giving
wanna-
you symbols, etc. I'm just kind of giving you an overall sense. This is massive enough that anybody attuned with any sort of
Alright. I just don't want to, I think this character has enough gold for them. I don't want to take buffs I don't earn.
Yeah.
Right.
So, Sage is concerned and starts to, chew as their habit on their little thing a bit more as they take off sprinting for the little golf cart.
It's a baggage
pondering
claim
over
cart,
what this is. Yeah.
which is
Time to
some.
learn.
Seth, you said you were making your way around back towards the back door?
Yeah. So now in the rain, it's like coat kind of like pulled up over his head, like running, like hunkered down, just in case anyone kind of gets out. And
As you reach the other side of the building, one person does stagger out of the back door. It is the same very large man that you remember they had referred to him as the leader. However,
can I see Marshall?
Marshall, would you have stuck around that area, or are you actively trying to just move away?
Yeah, I would have gotten pretty far from the building because I don't want to be caught up in anything because I'm not exactly sure.
So you
What's
would
going
not.
down?
So you would not see Marshall. However, one thing that you do note is he's not coughing, not even remotely, as you would somewhat expect from a gas attack.
Oh.
However, he is very staggering. He's kind of holding his head, and he turns his head to look at you. And for a split second, you almost see what appears to be an after image behind him and then merge with him.
Does he actually see me?
Yes, he's looking directly at you, and he slowly begins to... He stands up, and he has this very confused look as he looks about.
I'm going to recall try and kind of call back to that time that I got shot in the legs, and I'm going to try and recreate that stumble and fall into the wall myself.
He begins to walk very slowly towards you.
I'm just going to sort of stare, give him a 1,000-yard stare as best I can. Trying to...
And as he speaks, he has a very weird quality to his voice. It's not the same, it's almost not even the same voice you heard the first time. Be not afraid, child.
Excuse me?
We are aware of the situations. Though we no longer number 42, the few of us that do remain, keep an eye on this situation.
Well, that's concerning. God, what is happening? Sorry, they keep changing.
He continues to walk over to Seth and eventually puts a hand on your shoulder. The failure was not your fault. Don't even worry about that. The state of this world, everything hangs in the balance. Even creating this crown, so to speak, was difficult.
Can I get a bead on what he is?
Roll me intelligence plus occult at a -3.
So, I don't know. Does Eremic play into that at all? I'm guessing
Yes, it
not.
would.
Okay, cool.
Yes, it would, 100%.
3.
In the very oldest tales, it talks about the best way you can call it are the Arisen's gods, known as judges. They sometimes are able to crown mortals and somewhat ride shotgun.
Oh.
You may be speaking with essentially a judge.
Sorry, meta question. Are they sort of antagonist of mummies then? Or are they?
Yes and no. They are essentially both the carrot and the stick when it comes to mummies. They are definitely the holders of the whip. If you consider mummies slaves, then they're the ones that crack that whip.
Okay. So, I'm going to... let's do it. Cards on the table. What's happened?
You very much well know what happens. Even the judges are not immune from this. That is how we have lost so many. I am known as the final judge. I seek to right transgressions against the cosmos itself. And this plague is very much a transgression against the cosmos. Nothing is safe. I, however, am here specifically to offer you a warning and advice.
Go on, please.
Amud serves this plague. Expect resistance. And the man's eyes close for a second. One of their servants is currently on its way.
Then you know why we're here, don't you?
Yes. And at this point, the man reaches into his coat pocket and he pulls out what is essentially a figurine. A small clay figurine. And he hands it over to Seth. Not the first time that you've held one of these.
Just sort of with my with my arm, just kind of close my jacket and make sure I can still sort of feel the other one there and go, no, indeed it isn't.
Of course it's not. I sensed it. There's a small glibness in that statement. Now, as for the advice, certain situations need to be taken account for. Certain things that should not be found will be found. We will allow it to be found.
Where?
You know exactly where you'll know exactly where you need to go. And with that, the body literally just falls to the ground in front of you, collapsed. After a moment, you can tell that the chest is not rising or falling.
Just kind of get my head back and try. Marshall,
Marshall, roll me a perception at a -2 because there's a storm.
and I'm stage whispering.
Okie dokie.
Storm noises.
Wow. What?
Good dice.
Uh,
Oh,
y-
you added stealth, actually.
yeah, you added stealth.
Oops, my bad.
However, it
Okay,
doesn't
fine.
look like stealth would have mattered.
Hmm.
But go ahead and re-roll.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Still doesn't change anything. You are able to hear the whispers of Seth.
Just. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
Could you
Wait.
maybe not actually whisper?
Okay. Just where are you? 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 Marshall, come on.
Yo, where are you? Wait.
From the
So,
sound
yeah,
of the voice, he sounds like he's back at the exit that you exited the building from.
I'm standing outside like you guys told me to. I'm. You guys want me to come back or?
I've gone there to find you.
Oh. Wait, what? Like you're going to find me or?
Yeah, he's
Yes. Yeah.
I'll give him like a general, like, I guess description of my surroundings. I guess.
the voice is a little distant, but not too far. It's something that you could probably suss out as long as you were actively talking with each other.
Yeah, I'll follow the sounds of Marshall's voice and go to him.
Stated, it doesn't take you too long to find him.
Yeah. And I will show him the statue of a very strange encounter. I will tell you more on the way. Right now, I think it's of utmost importance we get out of here, but and I'll indicate back towards the door. We need a way just to secure that. Everybody needs to remain inside. Otherwise, our deal is compromised.
Can I try to get the car working now? While all this go, I'm guessing I haven't seen the giant man made of magic die.
No,
in all this.
this would be happening on the backside of the building. You grabbing the airport baggage cart is a couple of blocks away.
Shit. Okay.
As stated, it is definitely a vehicle that looks completely out of place. It's obvious.
Yeah. Well, once I come to it, I don't know shit about how to hotwire a car, but
There's keys in it.
There's keys. Oh, thank God. Okay. I don't entirely know keys either. The body that I once was might have known how to drive, but I sure as shit don't. So I think they're just fiddling around with the ignition, trying to get the car to do something.
The engine rolls over, and it seems right, essentially.
Good old muscle memory.
Yeah. Okay. What do I roll to drive without knowing how to drive?
Technically, you don't make a roll for it. But I guess if you want to make a roll, it'd be intelligence plus drive.
Okay, because I am untrained in drive. And I have 1 intelligence, so this is a chance roll. So, let's 0 successes. Okay. It's a 3 on that. Not a dramatic failure.
Would you like it to be?
Sure.
What are the consequences? You just no-click the
Not
car.
the baggage car.
I just
right.
fucking I apportate it.
No.
It's just gone. Somehow.
You eventually find a pedal that works. This thing begins to pick up speed very quickly. And You find it to be a little difficult to control as you try to lead it back. So we're going back to Awat and Edmond.
We're gonna have to jump.
Within a few minutes, you see Sage returning with it at a velocity you're not sure that this baggage cart is supposed to be going at, and with no indication that it's going to stop as it comes careening towards the door.
How do I stop this thing?
Okay, I'm gonna step out of the way. And actually, one thing I wanted to ask earlier: are there any like windows on this door? Like, can we see the people inside?
No,
Or
it is
just-
it is pretty solid. It's a place that had strippers in it. They kind of generally don't want young kids peering through the door.
Show aid free.
All right. I'm gonna get out from in front of the door.
Yes.
Actually, both of you, since one of you's lame and the other one's old, I'm gonna need dexterity athletic rolls here.
Boss.
Alrighty.
If it was Seth or
actually-
Marshall, I probably wouldn't have you guys make this roll.
Nothing for either of us.
All right, so you are unable to get out of the way in time. Everybody, including Sage here, is gonna take 5 points of bashing damage as Sage collides into you, into the door, and through the door.
Of course.
Okay, I need to preemptively take a smoke.
You kind of don't have time to take a smoke.
I'll do it on the floor.
Okay, that you can do. You're not gonna...
I have filled my thing up with bashing. Oh
Ouch.
dear.
That would be a stamina roll.
Okay.
How did you manage that?
Because I apportated earlier.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that stamina plus anything?
Nope, it's just straight stamina, isn't it? Oh, wait, no, it's stamina plus resolve.
Oh, thank God.
To stay awake.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow. Jesus.
You do not
Wait,
get-
you were on
that was
chance,
a, that
though.
was
You
a
were on
chance
chance.
roll. That was
Yeah,
a chance roll.
And you don't take
That was
wound
my bad.
penalties for this.
2 successes. Oh yeah, I should remove wound penalties. My bad. But yes.
Your body hurts, and you have no idea how you're still conscious.
I've been through worse. I know how I'm still conscious.
As you
Oh fuck.
as you guys look about, you've also ran over a couple of bodies as you bounce through. A couple of you have landed on bodies.
The engine's still running.
No.
Shit.
Are these
I was gonna
bodies?
charge up with that thing.
Are these
Oh.
bodies like alive,
Are they
awake,
bodies?
conscious? Like,
The ones that have been officially ran over, probably not. Most of them are just unconscious.
Are there any standing bodies?
No, this seems to have worked out quite well in the time frame. Most of them are unconscious. Most of them were already sick or already high as hell, so any extra drugs in their system, it acted
Quite
quickly.
over.
well,
As I kind of stumble out of the car, shaking broken glass off of me, I to avoid some of the difficulty of this, they're gonna burn another bit of magic to fix up their ribs until the end of the scene with temporal summoning, and so that'll be at a paradox die because it's 2 reach over for instant and advanced duration. Can I do that?
Yep. Okay, so
Okay.
one paradox.
Yeah, and I'm burning a mana to reduce it down to 1. Because it's, oh wait, no, I don't need to burn a mana there, actually. Since it's advanced duration yeah. Okay. Oh. Alright, Chief. Today's not it for me.
The second paradox of the cast.
Of the 3 times I've rolled. Oh. You found the magic thing that you're looking for?
Awat, speaking of that, you will have felt that thing having moved outside of the building.
It's
Both of them.
okay. So Awat sits up shakily. It feels like it's moving away
And then
with the other larger one.
And then, not too long after that, the supernova-like star one just vanishes completely.
Oh, that feels better. Okay, the big one left. I don't know what that was, but the relic is no longer in the building.
No, it is not.
Well, then where the hell is it? Come on, we gotta get it.
He'll point in a direction and go that way.
Okay. Sage kind of pulls themselves out and starts limping off in that direction.
How far does Sage get before falling unconscious again? Because I'm pretty sure it's once per turn.
Each turn, yeah.
Yeah. Give me that roll.
Okay.
And
There's
There's still-
I might try that magic thing again. Shit. Okay.
You don't
Sage,
take wound penalties.
Yeah, you don't take wound penalties, so
Okay,
you'll
I
need to
rolled
add
2
3
more.
dice to that.
Oh, 3. Hell yeah. Okay. Okay.
I guess not.
and clunk.
Go get it.
Fire Sage makes it a few steps before bowing out gracefully.
Oh, is there? You covered. Is there still that poison in the air?
It is leaking out quite rapidly through the open door.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say it's diluted enough that you're not gonna have to worry about it, because I don't want you guys to have to constantly be making checks as well. Just everybody's passed out.
Many of y'all played XCOM or Xenonauts, that fucking gas grenade.
I have not.
So
Oh.
Now I
Edmond,
want to replay XCOM.
Edmond,
Hold on, let me reinstall X. Oh yes.
pop in a
Edmond.
cigarette.
Well, you can't let opportunities go to waste.
It's a buffet.
This might help us in the future. These people are damned to death anyways, you know? Okay, boss. What did we agree on? Stamina athletics?
Yep. Or stamina survival.
Is it one or the other, or
Yeah, it was one or the. I think it was one or the other. I can't remember. Take your 3 successes.
yeah? So it's activated, and well, these people probably. Hold on, let me.
Scrolling.
Loud scroll.
Dice pool's actually subtracted by their stamina, but okay.
I'm making.
But I still, unless they had a stamina of 4, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything.
No, everybody here is gonna have a stamina of 2, at maybe most 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, unless anyone interrupts Edmond, he's gonna keep activating it, and while the scene lasts, I mean.
Awad is heading toward the relic, and Fire Sage is sleeping.
So no one can stop me from committing crimes against humanity.
Eventually,
To Promethean and vampire. Holy shit. Humans are squishy.
as you proceed to drain the pyros, or I should say drain the life out of these people, Eventually, the other individual, the father, walks in and, true to his word, he's already pulled out the Desert Eagle and is just... Anybody that seems to be breathing that he doesn't recognize is immediately getting popped in the head. And occasionally you hear the spent magazine drop and you hear the gun reload, and then you continue to hear more gunshots. As for Seth and Marshall, you guys would be able to hear this. This is a Desert Eagle going off inside of a building. It is loud.
Every gunshot is Seth is still like ducking a little bit.
You guys would have met up at this point.
With ours.
With you and Marshall would have met up.
Yeah.
Wow,
So-
you guys are beat to shit. What the heck?
Oh, absolutely. And I will show him the clay figure. I believe I have what we came for. And now, I think it's better before we become another casualty. We have our friend inside who's finishing them off, but I'll to explain on the way, and I think it's best that we beat a hasty retreat at this point.
I feel like at this point, I want the two of you to make me a perception roll.
I'm good at these.
Famous last words.
Okay, both of you. You hear what sounds like... You hear two vehicles approaching. One of them sounds like it's a larger vehicle. The other one is a motorcycle, moving at exceedingly high speeds.
All right, someone's coming. We better get out of here quick. I'm not sure if they're friends or not, but I'm not willing to find out.
And if our past experience in motorcycles would make me think it's the latter. Let's go.
Booking it back towards the back of Club Risk.
Is anyone going to carry Jacqueline?
You haven't.
we're
You're not
still-
inside Club
we-
Risk yet. You would have to head back.
We're around the back. We need to go around the front.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So where's the sound of the vehicles coming from? Can we tell?
It seems to be to your guys' east.
Can we go back on the west side of the building? Like avoid the eastern side?
As you do that, the sound of the vehicles doesn't get any further away. You can definitely tell they're heading directly towards the building at this point.
Yeah. I will. I'm currently carrying. I try and sort of like juggle for a moment and then turn to Marshall and get in contact with Edmond. We need to move now.
I guess I'll just pull out my phone and start calling him.
Edmond's a little busy harvesting.
I probably could answer my phone realistically, but would I?
And Awat, it wouldn't, obviously, since they're moving around the building, as soon as you get back out, it's not going to take you very long to be like, hello.
Seth, what is that I feel?
Exactly what do you think is happening?
How did...
But I'm going to point and listen. We've got a vehicle and a motorcycle. I believe it's our. I believe our friends have caught up with us.
All the way over here?
Well, not a long journey. We've been here for quite some time now.
Okay. Well then,
And
we need to
actually,
leave.
as
Absolutely.
these guys get a little closer, What? Roll me a stamina check.
Oh yeah, that.
As you begin to feel putrid Sekhem.
Oh dear.
Ugh.
However,
Oh, that is unpleasant.
you very well know what that feeling is. It's the same one that you had back at the warehouse.
Oh no. I feel unwell. This is all too familiar. I think they succeeded. He is coming. We need to leave now.
Wait, who's coming?
Absolutely.
Server
And
to
is-
Hamut.
Yeah, absolutely. And at this point, can I see the wreckage of what was our transport? Or
If you've moved around to the front, yeah, you would see the
Yeah.
gigantic hole where the door used to be. You would probably occasionally see the Vasco agent, the father, walking around shooting anything laying on the ground. You would see Edmond, the smoke of his cigarette curling around several downed bodies as it kind of seems to almost absorb something. You can't really tell what, but it's definitely absorbing something.
If he's absorbing Puros, does that have an effect on Sage at all?
He's not focusing it on you, so no, you are fine.
You're also
Okay.
unconscious.
I mean, it's free lunch.
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about. I want to eat lunch, not be lunch.
I'm going to look in the out the front, and what is there in terms of cars and vehicles or anything like that?
There's several vehicles. However, at this point, the motorcycle skids to a halt in front of the club.
Edmond, we need to leave.
A voice,
No, hold on. We
a very
haven't cleared the building.
A very calm voice rings out. No one is leaving until we get what we want here.
I believe this is a two-way transaction.
She pulls out the book. You can still see the scarring from where she had stabbed the book. That much is true. I don't tend to go back on my word. And with that, a much larger, like an H1 Hummer, pulls up. A couple of individuals step out. The most prominent one is a man of darker skin tone, probably 6'5" at the very shortest you could put him at. And Awat, the very image of this man makes you want to vomit.
Oh, he is the one. Blasphemer. Servant of death.
So, friend of yours, or?
Friend of none.
Friend of all, he speaks.
You would bring the world to ruin. You are a friend of none.
I guess your definition and my definition of ruin are completely different things. At least my memory still works. And he actually somewhat ignores Seth and Awat now and just kind of turns his way and starts making his way into the building.
Ooh.
Awad is concerned, but he's not standing in front of him.
this would definitely draw the attention of Edmond. As this 6'5" person, very dark skin, glowing orangish red eyes, kind of just steps into the door frame and begins to look around.
Edmond will take another draw of, cigarette in his wonderful weather we're having. I'm afraid the business here is out of operation.
Fine work that you've done here. So much death. Kind of shooting yourself in the foot, aren't you?
No, he's shooting them in the head. But besides, there's plenty of beer probably in the back room. You could feel free to help yourself. As Edmund's gonna try to, shuffle into a different room.
As you kind of shuffle into a different room, that's where you actually hear what sounds like the metal sliding against a small piece of metal. And does that draw your attention?
Is it in the room I just entered?
I guess it would be coming from behind you.
Well, if it's behind me, then I'm gonna... Yes. I'm going to turn around. And
This large individual has drawn what appears to be a khopesh. You have just finished listening to this week's episode of Mummy the Curse 2nd Edition Final Hours, part of the Domain Gaming's Contagion Anthology, written and told by Wyverian. A special thanks to you, the listener. And if you wish to continue supporting us, subscribe, like, and share. As always, comments are welcome. Until the next chapter, don't stop asking yourself, in the fading memories of this dying world, can we discover a way to survive?